Good evening, everyone. Student meteorologist Matt Reagan here, looking at your weather headlines and your forecast for the upcoming week. Sunny and dry is what we were talking about today, but will the rain return? We'll get to that in just a moment. Of course, we're always talking about the weekend here, even on a Tuesday. So we are just a couple days away from the weekend. Hang in there, folks. We'll get you through the forecast here real quick. A lot of rainfall, a lot of energy moving through the Rocky Mountains and towards the east. That's going to accumulate here in the southeast and cause possibility of some strong storms. We actually have one of our high-res models here that we can show you. This is one of the models we look at to see whether or not it will rain in your local area. Just kind of gives you an idea. We actually see some storms firing Mississippi into Tennessee as well as Alabama. That's going to be kind of the central area of where we could see those stronger. And even farther inland, we're going to see effects from Major Hurricane Matthew as it moves in. Here's our current watches and warnings map. Speaking of inland effects, we have the hurricane warning up, of course, all throughout the East Coast, all the way in, even to Orlando. Parts of Disney, well, all of Disney is actually closed tomorrow, and this is really unprecedented. Disney has only closed down a few times in its history, all of which were for hurricanes, and this is not any exception. Farther inland, of course, we still have a tropical storm warning, even tropical storm.
Look out, Jim Cantori. Hurricane Hermine made a star out of one young meteorology student.
Over the next day or so, it'll likely become the next tropical storm, and we'll get to the name in just a second.
As the storm took aim at Tallahassee, Florida State senior Matt Reagan holed up in the basement of the school's meteorology building with 10 others. As the storm bore down and the power went out, Reagan began streaming out live reports. Soon, ABC was using him, then the BBC. When all was said and done, he was reporting for news agencies all over the globe, from the UK to Africa. His audience in the tens of millions.
On our screen, we're showing temperature contours. That's the colors. Warmer temperatures indicated here by the reds, the oranges, the yellows. Cooler air out behind it. You can actually see exactly where the cold front is, kind of draped across Texas, Louisiana, into Mississippi. A lot of warm Gulf air pouring into the Sunshine State, making it really warm for January, abnormally warm. However, the nights are still just a little bit on the cool side. Let's talk about today real quick. Highs, we only reached 69 degrees, and that's right on average. However, our low, only 9 degrees difference from our high at 60 degrees, quite a bit off from where we should be this time of year. Of course, our records back in 2011 of 82 degrees and 22 degrees in 1970. I'm glad we're not down at 22 degrees. However, a little bit cooler and a little bit drier would have been nice. Today, rain was the story all across the Big Bend, and that's where we're sitting at right now as it starts to move out of our area. We were looking at a low pressure system bringing in a lot of this rainfall, a lot of this soupy air mass, I like to call it, over top of Tallahassee. Put down quite a bit of rain, about over an inch of rain here in Tallahassee. Even last night we saw all weather is here. It's been really cool outside lately. The Noles took on NC State this weekend, and we've got a lot more coming up throughout the show. And covering that, we're going to be looking at the weather. We're going to be looking at homecoming recap. We had the parade. We had Amy Schumer come to town, and we also had gorgeous weather. And it's not going to be sticking around for today. A little bit warmer, even on your Tuesday tomorrow. Going to be warmer once again. But guys, it's been gorgeous out there. And one last look at our local radar. Here's those storms. Right now, Florida State University, Tallahassee, we are clear for now, but that will change over the next few hours. Here's the storms. These are starting to develop into supercells, and these supercells will pick up some rotation over the next few hours. And this rotation, of course, causes tornadoes. So we'll keep an eye on this here from the FSU Weather Lab. These calm winds, keep the jacket out. Still a little bit chilly. Tomorrow, we're looking at another gorgeous day, 78 degrees. Isolated showers possible. We saw that one shower off at the Panama City Beach and the Gulf waters. Could see something like that a little bit closer to home tomorrow. Winds, they're going to be gusting about 20 miles per hour, so it could be a gusty day. Now, we're going to be talking about some change in the forecast. That's on Wednesday and into tomorrow. 40% chance of rain. Thursday, 30%, but look at this. A cold front pushes through, and gorgeous temperatures, actually kind of cold, down into the 30s. Look at the difference between Thursday's low and Friday's low. 63 is Thursday's low, and then Thursday's low is Friday's high. So it's going to be cooling down tremendously quick into Friday as the strong cold front does start to move through.